My name's Tristram Irvine-Fynn. I'm the lecturer in glaciology here, so one of the junior members of the Centre for Glaciology team. The Centre for Glaciology, which is its own sort of research group in its own right, is one of the strongest in the UK. Has a huge breadth of knowledge and experience, and I think there's sort of almost no glaciated region in the world that we as a group haven't accessed and worked on at some stage. So I think there's a big foundational knowledge there which other universities don't have. The cryosphere has become a very sort of niche area, sort of fashionable with a lot of the concerns about climate change and so on. So I think that obviously is an area where students get enthused by. And what we try and take them on in looking at is taking them out to the field, getting them to look at active glaciers. We get them to think about how particularly the Welsh landscape has been shaped by the activity of glaciers in the past. And we try and make sure they have a whole suite of transferable skills which can be employed across a wide range of if you like, employment sectors, using skills from remote sensing, numerical analyses, lab-based analyses, these kind of things, but sort of tying them all together with that cryospheric focus. We introduce them to data logging, so using digital loggers and digital probes, actually getting them to look at building some of these sort of sensors themselves, and they're able to actually use those in their own research projects when it comes to their dissertation. We have a cold lab facility here, so we're able to do frozen experiments and experiments at looking at ice melting processes and so on. It's this kind of large range of transferable skill sets that we do try to instill within them. So we have both the sort of field work, field observation, being able to work in the environment in these kind of harder terrains and conditions, which it may not be the case for an office job, but actually we also look at making sure they've got a high level of numeracy, that their written skills are very good, their ability to synthesise information, write reports, and those kind of elements are also paramount within the scheme. When we're looking for potential PhD candidates, I think obviously what does come through as being paramount is the good grades, and oftentimes we find that students with firsts who've gone on to get a merit or a distinction in a master's, they often come out as sort of more favoured candidates purely because they demonstrate they've got a track record. We want to see a breadth of experience, a breadth of knowledge, so whether the applicant has been involved perhaps with the commercial sector or they've done some industrial placement that's perhaps been linked to their previous work, maybe they've done a year in employment during an undergrad scheme, or perhaps they've had an opportunity or a module during a master's scheme that's allowed them to operate within industry, perhaps for a short period of time, or they've undertaken a project that perhaps there's been an industrial partner for. We've got a very strong postgrad community. The postgrads that are doing their PhDs are always very supportive of their master's counterparts. The master's groups themselves tend to be quite homogenous in the sense that they all get on remarkably well. Glaciology typically has around 10 students within the cohort, and the field trip that they all go on usually sort of instills a certain degree of sort of team bonding, so to speak. Everyone gets on phenomenally well, so it's an incredibly inclusive group, both staff-wise and postgrads. There's definitely a lot of interaction between postgrads and staff, and certainly compared to a number of the departments that I've visited, I think the sort of the degree of friendliness and openness between all levels within the institute is phenomenally good and incredibly beneficial for all concerned, I think.